You remember that fight, right? The one that promised a clash of the titans and delivered a financial knockout unlike anything we'd ever seen. It shattered records, it divided fans, and for more than a decade, it left the boxing world with one huge burning question. Well, get ready, because it looks like we're finally about to get the answer.
So, after all these years, all the rumors, the whispers, the back and forth on social media, is it really happening? Is the rematch that so many people thought was just a fantasy finally on the table? Let's break this thing down.
Yep, it's official. You can mark it on your calendars. The two biggest names of their generation, Floyd Money Mayweather and Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao, are getting in the ring one more time. And let's be clear, this is not an exhibition. This is a real, sanctioned professional fight.
Now, to really understand why this is such a massive deal, we gotta go back. We have to rewind the clock to a night that promised everything. And, well, delivered something very, very different from what people expected.
The first fight, man, it was a legitimate cultural phenomenon. It was years and years in the making, and the buzz was just electric. But here's the thing, while the fight itself was more of a strategic, defensive masterclass than an all-out war, the numbers it pulled were just on another planet.
Just let that number sink in for a second. 4.6 million pay-per-view buys, and that's just in the United States. It's a record that, to this day, has not been broken.
And all those buys, they translated into over $410 million in revenue. Think about that. Just from pay-per-view, we're talking about numbers that are just bigger than the sport itself.
And you can add on top of that a live gate of over $72 million. This wasn't just a boxing match, it was the single biggest, most profitable one-night sporting event in history, period.
So after 12 rounds of what was, a very technical, very defensive fight, Floyd Mayweather's hand was raised. It was a clear win, a unanimous decision. But, and this is a huge but, that was not the end of the story, not by a long shot.
For more than a decade, there's been this one single narrative that has kept this whole rivalry simmering, It's fueled the debate, and it's kept people demanding a Chapter 2.
Right after the fight, the news breaks. Manny Pacquiao went into that ring with a pretty serious shoulder injury. So he and his millions of fans around the world have always claimed that we never really saw him at his best that night. It's been the great what if that's kind of hung over both of their legacies ever since. And what's Floyd's take on all this? Well, it's pure, uncut confidence. Exactly what you'd expect, right? In his mind, the book's closed. The debate is settled. He did it once, and he's more than happy to do it again.
But then you hear from Pacquiao, and you can just feel the fire. For him, this isn't just about winning a fight. It's about changing history. It's about being the one person to finally crack that code and put the first and only one on Mayweather's perfect 50-0 record.
Okay, now this is where things get really fascinating. Because this rematch isn't just a repeat. The entire landscape, it is completely changed. We're talking about the fighters, the venue, how we're all gonna watch it, everything's different. I mean, seriously, the difference between that first fight and what's coming is like night and day. Back then, it was a premium cable, old-school event. Now, it's a modern, global streaming spectacle.
Just look at this breakdown. We're going from the legendary MGM Grand to the futuristic Sphere. The biggest change of all, though, it's not on pay-per-view. This is a global streaming event on Netflix. And of course, there's the one opponent nobody can beat, Father Time. Mayweather will be 49 years old, Pacquiao 47. Who has more left in the tank? That's the million-dollar question.
And this right here, this just shows you the insane shift in scale. The first fight reached those 4.6 million homes that shelled out the money for the pay-per-view. This time, it's going to be instantly available to over 325 million Netflix subscribers all over the world. The potential audience is it's mind-boggling. And we have to talk about the venue itself, because it's part of the show. We're talking about the $2.3 billion Sphere in Las Vegas. It's this immersive, high-tech marvel, and this will be the very first boxing match it has ever hosted. This isn't just a fight, it's a full-blown technological event. So when it's all said and done, when those lights go down on September 19th, what is actually on the line here? Because it's so much more than a championship belt this time. It really is all about legacy. So what's really at stake? Well, for Mayweather, it's about one thing: protecting perfection.
that flawless 15-0 record that defines his whole career. For Pacquiao, it's redemption. It is one final chance to right what he sees as a historical wrong. And for all of us, it's about finally getting a definitive end to one of the biggest debates in boxing history. So after more than a decade of arguing, of excuses, of waiting, one of the biggest rivalries in all of sports is getting its final chapter. The only question left is, will the story end the same exact way? Or are we about to witness a rewrite for the ages?